So when I run online check-ins, I get a check-in sheet every week, and quite a lot of the time, one of the concerns that's raised on this check-in sheet is with clients who are struggling to reduce their carbs. When we program, we often set a protein goal and then we'll give you a calorie goal as well to tie that in, or sometimes clients will get a fat and a carb average, which will add up to their total calories for a day-to-day basis. What generally happens in this situation then is people are able to keep within their calorie goal, but their carbs are often really high, and their proteins are then quite low to compensate because they cannot get their proteins high enough and they feel like their carbs are continuously lifting. Now, in a situation like this, it is about going and looking at the actual foods you are consuming and making a little bit of a shift in the foods you're eating with each meal. You'll see that I've already released a video on how to increase your protein on a day-to-day basis, and lots of different ways you can increase your protein so that you're having those 20 to 30 gram servings with each meal 4 or 5 times a day. Once you've got that down pat, now hopefully your carbs should start to reduce, because if you're still trying to keep within those calorie guidelines, your proteins have went up, therefore your carbs will be coming down naturally. However, if you have watched that video and you are now having the 20 to 30 grams a day, and your carbs are still really high and you need to reduce them in order to bring that whole calorific goal down, there are some things that you can do to help with this situation. So, a really easy way to do this is to pull carbs from breakfast. So switch up those breakfast meals, and again, we've got a video on that, so check it out over on the YouTube page. But what you want to do is just try and really focus on high proteins in breakfast, and maybe remove cereals, breads, bagels, that sort of thing. Maybe some oats, pull them, or even reduce the size and portion there, and hold your carbs for later in the day. Once you've pulled carbs from breakfast, it's going to make it a lot easier to then save yourself carbs for the rest of the day. Then what we want to get you to do is to increase your veg portions throughout the day. So if you really start to increase your green veg in particular, that's going to give you more volume in your foods and hopefully help start to make you feel a little bit fuller. If you're not a massive fan of green veg, just look at increasing your veg across the board and try to aim for 7 to 8 portions of veg a day. That's really going to help to start making you feel a little better and pretty full, bringing your overall carbs down. Other things you may want to do is just reducing the portion sizes of your carbs in general. So normally what people will do is they'll say, I overate in carbs because when I put it in MyFitnessPal after I'd eaten it. And there's the hook there, it's after I'd eaten it. So what I need to get you guys to do is to start putting it in MyFitnessPal before you eat it, so that you're actually checking that is that portion going to add up to the number of carbs that you still have assigned for that day. There's no point in you going and eating 400 grams of white potato if you've only got carbs left for 150 grams. That's going to increase your carbs over your total daily allowance, and that's going to push your calories higher and leave you not enough room for the fats and proteins. Whilst I'm not saying to you to go and run to the shops and start buying reduced sugar and low carb this and that and the next thing, you do need to be a little bit more aware of the amount of carbs you're putting in your body throughout the space of a day. And if you do find that you're snacking quite a lot on chocolate, cakes, sugary products, sometimes a lot of fruit juice, and sometimes even just too much fruit in general, your carbs are going to push really quite high, and again that's going to put you over that total daily allowance. So these are little things that we want to just start to be more aware of and really start to reduce throughout the day so that you can bring those carbs down. People seem to think it is a really difficult thing to do, and it's not. All you have to do is make sure that you plan your day before you eat. Once you get into a routine of starting to plan your day before you eat for a couple of weeks, a month, you'll then start to get a better understanding of what foods actually count as carbs and which foods actually have a high volume of carbohydrate in them. Once you start to get an understanding of that, it makes it a lot easier to design your plate and to really start to play with your food groups and play with your macronutrient sources so that you can hit all your numbers throughout the day and still stay within that calorie goal that's going to allow you to reach your goals. So thank you for watching this video. I really hope some of the tips in it do start to help you. Just try not to overthink the situation. Really try to plan your day in advance and just be more aware of what foods count as carbs in general, and just really start to make a positive mindset shift around the foods you're eating, getting a little bit more creative and just exploring different food sources and different groups out there to give you that more balanced and full diet within that calorie goal to help you achieve your overall goals. I'll catch up with you all real soon. Thanks.